Tell me, what is going to ensue in the zoo? My people are dying and going to jail too. Plus, their one is gone, but it's a war zone back home. They want to build a wall, but they have tunnels and drones. You're only keeping out the weak that seek the American dream and letting in the strong. They only want to do wrong. No, I ain't crazy. I'm just a so-called anchor baby. I'm just trying to change the status quo, going toe to toe. Cause how can a stranger hate me and let their anger take me across that line to a land I never knew? I've been climbing up, trying to get a better view, but all I see is the real grande. And I feel that divide isn't big enough for us not to find common ground. No, I ain't calming down. I just seen a father and his daughter drown. Plus, my whole family can be deported. My whole reality can be distorted. I just pray I don't lose my sanity going through this torment.
You've heard her say it before. We shall overcome. Well, the statement is true. I've studied its application through and through. What I've discovered is that the process starts with you. Now, I'm not trying to be deep or metaphorical, but the phrase is allegorical. Like Egypt, we can be plagued by looking at fathers, brothers, sisters, mothers, and all others as the cover reason for our lack of familial cohesion. In other words, our historical duct tapes aren't in a row, yet we wonder why we can't stick together. Well, you take out the why, doesn't this work for me? And the oppressive perspective of pride, you're left with you. So why can't we end the divide? Well, because we won't look inside. We've let past time become past times. This causes our hearts to ache until they flatline. The effect, it leaves us all cold. We verbally abuse each other and think that's called bold. We say that we don't know that we're wrong. I'm not sold. We'll say things like, yo, who you talking to? Because you're not talking to me. Because you couldn't possibly be me. Think about it. We could never go through the same things. You weren't treated like a peasant. We don't fight the same kings. But like I before E, we can't seem to see that in this school of life, we keep getting schooled by the same principles. Excuse me. We keep getting schooled by the same principalities as if we don't realize the things that aren't even our realities. Well, what's real? We're really all connected. And not one is greater than the other if we're really all dissected. See, everyone chooses to deny their pride, but really I accept it. Because when I'm real with myself about my feelings, humility is what I'm left with. My battles made me a soldier, and now I'm left right in general form. There's some things I need to set right. We don't die, we multiply. Well, we gonna die if we don't unify. But we need YOUNITY. Now, when this gets hard to see, just remember that you is really me. And then we shall overcome. The statement is true, and you'll see why when you spell unity, YOUNITY. So to conclude, we can't have unity without YOU. Glasses.
I guess it's true when they say the apple doesn't fall too far from its tree. Rotten, as if I had an option. I was born into this family line of criminals, waiting for the day that my cloak will no longer be invisible, aiming for the bigger picture but only catching tiny fragments of the ricocheting bullets. Sleeping on tall floors to keep cool some nights in the middle of that darkness, just like I slept in a small locked room to hide from the harsh reality of the heartless. For too long, I was stuck down in that bottomless pit, where being numb, alone, and hopeless was the reality of it, forgetting that God was my pit, helping me grow and be fruitful, despite where my roots go. I always learned to forgive myself. I tell to my past self. Sitting here sketching out my life to be continued from now, then I ask, who am I to you? Who am I to those that I once knew? Who am I to me? More importantly, I think it's what I cease to see. Lord, help me, please. Get me off this Ferris wheel of doubts and uncertainties. I need you, please.